Good evening, guys. My name is Tommy and welcome to Northern Ear Reactions. Tonight is day 2 of Dream Theatre Week and we are looking at tracks 4 and 5 of Metropolis Part 2. So, what have we done so far? We've done the first 3 tracks last night. We did Regression, Overture 1928 and we did Strange Deja Vu. So what we have from last night is we have someone at a hypnotherapist, and that hypnotherapist is taking that person back in time to what I assume is relive some moment in his life. And that guy's called Nicholas, by the way, and when he's doing that we hear that he meets Victoria. He refers to Victoria as his friend, and then we have Overture 1928, which is instrumental, and track 3, Strange Deja Vu. He talks about going up the stairs into a room and he meets this girl, which I assume is Victoria, looking in the mirror, and it says that the mirror shattered the girl, it tears her heart in two. There's obviously some kind of feeling of sadness for some reason. And the second half of track 3, he's back in the room, he's finished his therapy session, but he talks about having the same kind of feelings. He mentions his heart tearing in two. He even refers to it as a strange deja vu. So the feelings that I had last night, if you've not watched it, then give it a watch. But the feelings that I had last night was that for some reason, Nicholas and Victoria are connected. So I don't know whether Victoria is an acquaintance that Nicholas has met, that he's helped save or something like that, or whether Nicholas is Victoria and that's why there's a connection there. But that's where we left off, and the next one is tracks 4 and 5, which are called Through My Words and then Fatal Tragedy. So I'm just ready to jump straight in. I've got it set for track 4 ready for you, so let's just put the screen on. And let's go. I'll see you in about 8 minutes, apparently. See you in a bit.
All your eyes have ever seen, all you've ever heard is etched upon my memory, is spoken through my words. All that I take with me is all you've left behind. We're sharing one eternity, living into minds, linked by an endless thread, impossible to break. Alone at night, I feel so
Nice chord.
strange. I need to find all the answers to my dreams. When I sleep at night, I hear the cries. What does this mean? I shut the door and traveled to another home. I met an older man, he seemed to be alone. I felt that I could trust him, he talked to me that night. Lad, did you know a girl was murdered here? This fatal tragedy was talked about for years. Victoria
Nice change up there.
Now it is time to see how you died. Remember that death is not the end, but only a transition.
What? So, I was about to pause it. You might have seen me reaching over to the spacebar at the end of track 4. The lyrics in that made me think that Nicholas is Victoria in the sense that it's some kind of reincarnation, or the spirit of Victoria is living inside Nicholas. You know, the lyrics were things like, we're one entity split between minds, we're connected by this thread, which I thought maybe, is it family? Are they a mother and child? Maybe that's, you'd be connected by a thread. But I discounted that because he referred to her as his friend. Then we find out that Victoria died. He goes to this old man's house and the old man tells him that, yep, someone died here. She was very young. Victoria's gone. So at that point I was thinking, did Nicholas kill Victoria? That might explain why she feels sadness. That might explain why he feels sadness years later. Is it some kind of regret, or, you know, an inability to move on with his life, and that's why he's getting therapy for it? Track 5 is called Fatal Tragedy, and the whole song went crazy. Very frantic, very fast, very tight, very tense. So I imagine this is depicting Victoria dying. And those final words was the hypnotherapist speaking to Nicholas, saying, now let's look at how you died. So the hypnotherapist session, it might not necessarily be going back in Nicholas's life, but you have these therapists that you can see past lives. And you get people saying, oh, like, I'm 500 years ago, I'm a prince, or I'm a princess, or I'm living in Romania, or whatever it is. So now I'm thinking, is Nicholas Victoria? And Nicholas is feeling the thoughts and feelings that Victoria had, and he's trying to get help, and he's trying to get a therapist to help him understand what happened to Victoria all those years ago. I'm assuming it's in 1928. Now I'm even more intrigued than last night. I can't believe they left it there with the hypnotherapist saying that. So, at track 5, here's my main two theories. That either Nicholas is Victoria in a future life, and Victoria is speaking to Nicholas in some way, and he's trying to communicate with her or understand how she died, how he died, she died, because it's the same spirit. Or Nicholas is Victoria's killer, and Nicholas is having therapy for the bad things that he did to her. I guess we'll find out later on in the week. That was tracks 4 and 5 of Dream Theater Metropolis Part 2, and the tracks were called Through Your Words and Fatal Tragedy. So tomorrow, what is it that we have coming up tomorrow? We have tracks 6 and 7 tomorrow. They're long ones. The whole video that's going to last roughly about 17 minutes, and I'm really intrigued to find out where the story goes from here. Really intrigued. This is a really good album, actually. And what's interesting is I've not really paid much attention to the music. Usually I'm sitting here going, oh, nice chord, or oh, look at that change up, or oh, look at that tempo change. Whereas my entire thought process, especially tonight, was running through the possibilities of what the story might be and how Nicholas and Victoria are connected. To the point where at times I had to kind of snap myself out of this kind of thought process and think, you're actually on camera here, you're meant to be listening to the music as well. So apologies if I kind of drifted a little bit. I was just so engrossed in what the story was trying to tell me. But yeah, that was tracks 4 and 5 of Dream Theater Metropolis Part 2. Join me tomorrow for tracks 6 and 7, and hopefully by the end of the week I'll have a better understanding as to what the story of the album is about. I hope you've liked the reaction. If this is your first time on the channel tonight and you're here for this album, then I'll stick a link up in the top corner now to the playlist so you can check out last night's video as well. Probably should have done that right at the start of the video though, because by now you've already seen this video, which is later on in the album. So note for tomorrow to do that whole bit earlier on in the video. But yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow, guys. Until then, have a good night, stay safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.